What's up? I'm K.Honesty, and I'm about to review Bel-Air Season 2, Episode 3. So if you have not seen the third episode of Season 2, turn this video off, go watch it, come back and watch this video. Please watch the entire video. Please like the video. Please share the video. Please subscribe to my channel. And please hit the little notification thingy if you want to. That way you can keep up with everything that I talk about. Anything I say is my opinion, does not reflect anyone or anything associated with the show. These are my thoughts, my expressions. This is how I feel coming out of my mouth. I am not a public speaker, so I will be like stuttering and things like that. I will be pausing to make sure that I'm checking and I'm on point with my notes that I look over to my right to read. Look, I'm stuttering already. And my mouth gets dry from talking so much, so I always have my little water bottle. Okay. Last chance, if you have not seen the third episode of Season 2 of Bel-Air, turn this video off right now because I'm about to be spoiling everything. I like to rate the show before and after the video. So I'm going to rate this episode. You know what? Because of the cause, I'm down with the cause. I'm going to give it an A+. Just because of the cause. All right, let's get into it. So we get into the first scene of the episode, which is basically the aftermath of Will not listening to his coach. Because at the last scene of the last episode, Will's coach called a play. And Will didn't follow through. He ignored it. But they still won the game. So we see the aftermath of that. So the coach really not tripping. He's like, we got one more game. Let's just keep our heads in the game. This, that, and the third. Giving them pep talk or whatever. And then you got one of the teammates. That was Cause remember last episode, I think the episode before last, the team kind of like called out Will for being cocky, selfish, things like that. So after this game, like I said, the coach don't really care. But the teammate, he like, Will, we just told you, we just called you out about being selfish and you go and do this. And Will basically like apologizes and he just like, we just got to get our heads in the game and just get ready for the next game, things like that. So that little scene. So I'm like, the coach, it was just funny to me because the coach didn't care. And that's what the scout dude said. And even though we're not supposed to like the scout dude, he was right. The coach really didn't care. Like a W is a W. So then we get this decent moment with Will and Lisa. I guess they back on like friendly terms since the do we call it the break? I mean, yeah, the breakup because he took her virginity. So yeah, we would call it the breakup. They were together, and I believe they're going to stay together. Like, I think they're going to not stay together because they're not together now. But I believe in the end they're going to be together. If they go based off the sitcom, Will and Lisa will be together at least to the end of this to the end of this show because they got married on the sitcom and things like that. So I'm pretty sure Will and Lisa are going to get back together. But either way, Will and Lisa, they sitting there, they talking about the protest. They talking about Carlton. Is he going to go through with it? Is he not? They not sure. Is Carlton going to go through it? They not sure. But they ready. They ready for it. And then speaking of Carlton, you know Carlton has been on the fence about it in the first place. And plus, we have this woman who was sitting in the Black Student Union meetings, and I didn't know who she was, but they finally gave her title on this episode. She's a faculty advisor. I told you I can't talk that good. She's a faculty advisor, and she sits in the Black Student Union meetings. And she's been telling Carlton, and she's still telling them in this scene, that they should not be going through with this protest. If Carlton does go through with the protest, it could end all the good things that he has going for himself, the student body president and other things that he has, the college he's trying to go to, things like that. Will walks in, hears a little bit of the conversation. Will telling Carlton, like, don't let her get into your head. We got to stand for something, basically. Like, we can't just be letting them run all over us. And Carlton's still on the fence. Like, Will just basically giving a pep talk. And Carlton is still hesitant. He don't know what he want to do. This whole episode, we're going to see Carlton very anxious. And he's already suffering with anxiety. So we see throughout the episode, he has these little moments where he gets hot, tight, and just clenches. Things like that we see throughout the episode. Let me see. Then we get to the Bel-Air mansion. So most of the students are there. The family's there. People are there getting stuff together for the protest. They making calls, trying to see who can come through, things like that. So a lot of stuff's happening during this little prep for the protest. So Will, he tries to get Carlton to go talk to the girl. I don't know her name, but she's the president of the Black Student Union, and Carlton has a crush on her. Will, like, go talk to her. Carlton, like, you want me to flirt while we trying to get things in motion. And Will like, man, you could do two. You could do both. You could do two at once. So I was like, okay, that's cute. We get that little moment where Will trying to get Carlton to talk to a girl, just like in the sitcom. So I was like, okay, that's cute. So then Uncle Phil, he pulls Will to the side in his office, basically telling Will about Carlton, and they lowered his dosage of his anxiety medicine. Basically just telling Will to keep an eye on him because they don't want to watch him too hard because they're his parents, and it may make him more anxious. So he just like, Will can do it in a more subtle way where Carlton really won't notice. So basically just telling them that. And Will also like, did you check about the did you check out the scout? Is he good? And Uncle Phil like, yeah, he seems to check out, but we still need to talk to your mom about it. And I just really got a bad feeling about Guy. I don't think he's the right fit for you, things of that nature. And Will look kind of down. So we're gonna see more about that. I'm pretty sure because we didn't really get nothing of the scout this episode. Well, we didn't get nothing but that conversation. So then we get Hillary. So all these little conversations are happening while everyone's still at the Bel-Air mansion prepping for the protest. So then we get Hillary and Aunt Viv. They sit down, and Hillary basically asking Aunt Viv, "What is so? It's been like 3 or 4 days since I told you and Dad about me and Jazz. What do you guys think? You guys haven't really said anything." And Aunt Viv just like, "Look, if you like it, I love it. Like, I'm cool. And as far as your father, if you want to act, you ask your father because I don't want to speak for him." So we get that little scene. And we ain't even get Jazz this episode. So I was like, we just get that moment, them talking about Jazz. Let me see. Yeah, so during this prep for the protest, the president girl of the BSU, she decides, Black Student Union, she decides to shake it up and have Carlton give the speech. Because she's basically like, I don't want to do it because they would expect it from me being the president of the Black Student Union. So I feel like you should do it. So here go Carlton again, feeling that. And believe me, anxiety is real. Believe me when I tell you. I go through it myself. So I know it's real. But they keep showing the signs of Carlton. He's anxious through this whole episode. He got a lot on his shoulders. A lot he dealing with. People expect a lot from him this episode. Okay, so the prep for the protest still going on. So Lisa's talking to this guy who apparently had a crush on her before she was with Carlton and Will. She was with Carlton and Will, dang. But before she was with Carlton and Will. So early in the episode, the teammate that called out Will after the game for still being selfish and things like that, he shows up to the prep for the protest. So he catches Will staring at Lisa talking to the guy. And he's like, oh, dude might actually have a chance with Lisa now because she's not with you and she's not with Carlton, telling Will this. So Will was cocky. He was like, he don't have a chance, basically. So then Will decides to go over there, which I thought was so stupid. Try to tell dude, oh, you should go paint or something like that. Tell dude go paint. And Lisa was like, no, he came to, he was telling dude go paint some banners or something. And Lisa was like, no, he came to help. We're about to go do this and that. You want to come join us? And Will just looked stupid like, oh, no, I don't. So I was just like, they got these little funny little moments. Then we get back to Aunt Viv and Hillary. They still sitting there talking. So Aunt Viv offers Hillary a job to like curate all her paintings and like basically I guess be her assistant. And like she would give her a nice salary. And Hillary was like, nah, because I'm got a couple brand deals I'm trying to get established so we can get the influencer house name out there more, things like that. So Hillary ultimately turns it down. So Vivian was like, well, I understand. I'm just going to have to find somebody else. Then she looks up and Lisa's talking to the same boy. And she calls over Lisa. And she basically asked Lisa. And Lisa was like, yes, I'll do it. Like, no hesitation. Lisa was like, I'm down. So I guess Lisa's going to be an assistant for Aunt Viv. But later on in the episode, some things happen where I feel like Hillary is going to end up wanting that job. But I'll get to that at the end. So then we get Big Ashley, who I don't know her name on the show, but she's the black teacher that got fired. She's the reason why they're protesting in the first place. I don't know her name on the show, but I call her Big Ashley because she's playing, the woman that's playing her is Tatiana Ali, and she's Ashley from the sitcom. So I call her Big Ashley because they got Little Ashley there. And Little Ashley was the one that invited her So she show up and she's real grateful. She's thanking everybody there. She's like, I see so many of my old students. I just want to thank you guys so much for taking a stand and doing it for me, things like that, basically. She's like, I'm going to let y'all get back to work. So we had that little scene. So I don't know if, because this scene happened right after Big Ashley showed up. So I don't know if Aunt Viv, I don't know if Uncle Phil spoke to Big Ashley or if this was just something he got from someone in the school board or administration or something like that. But we get the scene with Aunt Viv and Uncle Phil. They in Uncle Phil's office talking. So I wrote all this down because it was a lot that they said. So basically, the school was supposed to change the curriculum to make it more inclusive. Big Ashley felt like they were taking too long, so she took it upon herself to like add her own type of curriculum. But she wasn't supposed to do that because it was supposed to get approved first. And since it wasn't approved, she got warned. And I think that's what we saw on episode, I believe it was episode 1, where the 2 teachers or the 2 board members or something was talking to her in her office and they closed the door when they saw little Ashley watching. So I think that's what they was warning her about. So I guess she got warned and she ignored the warning. Is that everything? Yep. She ignored the warning. Yep. Yeah, so Uncle Phil and Aunt Viv sitting there like, she ignored the warning and went about it her own way, and it might not turn out good. Will they win? Will they lose? And that's when that gives Aunt Viv an idea. She's like, oh, that made me think of something. So she light bulbs. So we're gonna see what's gonna happen in a little bit. So then we get Carlton and the Black Student Union president girl. They in a little room. I think they in his room. I don't remember. Talking about the speech. And she basically telling him like he can do it. He can change things because of his status, because of his parents, things like that. Just when they was about to kiss. Hillary busts in there. Oh, I'm so sorry. Mom and Dad want you. Pretend I wasn't even here. Don't even think about it. I was just like, bro, you want the whole moment. But then the girl says to be continued. So she feeling Carlton. So I think we're going to get that. We're going to get that little relationship in there. So that's when Aunt Viv and Uncle Phil, they go to the kids with their plan. They think not instead, but what's the word? I can't think of the word, but the main thing of the protest was supposed to be basically trying to get Big Ashley's job back. But now that they found out there's more information about the curriculum, so was supposed to change, and she took it upon herself. And Aunt Viv was like, well, she did what she had to do, so they're asking the kids to also go to the school administration and ask for the curriculum to be changed, to be more inclusive, like they supposed to been doing. So they like, yeah, let's do that. So they're like, yeah, we down. We going through with this protest. We going through with this walkout. We gonna do this tomorrow. So then we get the next scene. Will and Carlton, it's the next morning. It's the day of the walkout, day of the protest, things like that. They about to get in the car. Ashley hands Carlton her banners. She's like, yeah, they said if any of us participate in the protest, we'll be suspended. So she gives Carlton her banners. Carlton's still looking very much anxious. And Ashley looked disappointed. She was like, I really wanted to go out there and protest and show my banners and things like that. And Carlton was like, don't worry, little sis, I got you. I'm going to hang them up in the classroom, things like that. Ashley seemed so happy. I was like, I love how they look out for little Ashley, just like in the sitcom. It's so cute. Carlton still looks anxious, nervous. I didn't even know what Carlton was going to do in this episode. I was just hoping he was going to do the right thing. We'll get to the end. Oh, and I put right here, all episode, Carlton has been looking flushed. Yes. He don't know what he want to do. So then we get this scene with Hillary. I'm assuming this is like some sort of like brand manager or something of a company. She's trying to get this endorsement deal for the house for this drink. And the woman basically telling Hillary like, oh, the deal can be done, but we just want to make sure that Ivy's going to be in on the deal, who is Karuchi. I didn't know her. I couldn't think of her name since the show started. I couldn't remember her name on the show, but her name is Ivy, played by Karuchi. So they was like, we're not going to go through with this deal unless we have Ivy. So Hillary's like, oh yeah, she going to be down, no problem. So then we back at the school. All the students sitting there, they done found out there's been an email sent out. If they walk out, they suspended from school and they can't participate in any type of extracurriculum activities. So they like, dang, do we go through with it? What do we do? So Will's still down. He's like, this is a scare tactic. They want to scare us. They want to silence us, this, that, and the third. And then his teammate comes out there and Will was like, oh, I guess you want to call it off too. He was like, nah, we still down. Just like Coach said, we all stick together. So they all like, shoot, the swim team still in, debate team still in, whatever. They like, oh, we all still down. The president girl of the Black Student Union, she's like, I called an emergency meeting. Let's go talk about it. I don't want to skip ahead. Yeah, so we get to... No, wait. Let me make sure. Oh, yes, I was about to skip a whole page. Yeah, so everybody's still basically down. But the president girl of the BSU, she's basically like, I called an emergency meeting with the Black Student Union to see if we even still want to go through with the protest. Because all the other teams are still in, except for the Black Student Union who put this protest in play in the first place. So Carlton, of course, still super nervous. And Will's like, look, I know you got a lot of pressure on you, and then the faculty advisor is on you hard. But at the end of the day, it's your choice. So then we get to the Black Student Union meeting. Let me see. So they going through the pros and cons of if they should go through with this protest or not. And then you still got the sneaky student faculty advisors in there. I don't feel like they should be doing anything in front of her because she going right to the administration to tell them. I mean, I get it. They gotta make sure they do things the right way, but it's just like they can't do nothing if she's sitting in there and going back and telling and things like that. So they like, yeah, we're gonna still go through with the protest. And they called her out. They was like, do you think that the administration would want to talk to us? And she was like, yeah, just have Carlton talk to them. Because basically Carlton kind of already under her thumb. Because she already been putting the bug into Carlton, telling Carlton, you better not do this and that because it'll ruin your future, basically. So she like, yeah, get Carlton to do it. But the Black Student Union don't know that he under her thumb. So they like, yeah, we gonna let Carlton do it. So they all suggested be Carlton. And then she also looked sneaky in the meeting. She just looked like she was about to go... Because once they said, yeah, we still going through with the protest. And that way it'll get us an administrative meeting for Carlton. But she looked all skeptical like she about to go snitch. Which in the end she does. Which we'll get to. So then we get Hillary. She tries to tell Ivy about the brand deal with the drink company or anything or things like that. Karuchi's, I keep calling her she is Karuchi, but her name Ivy on the show, but whatever. I might go back and forth, say Ivy or Karuchi, but Ivy ain't trying to hit none of that. She working. She like, we'll talk about it later. Hillary's like, okay, whatever. But she don't really seem interested. She seems all about herself. Her character seems all about herself. Then we get this sneaky little scene with Jeffrey. He in Phil's office sneaking, trying to get on the computer. We didn't really get to see what he was about to look up because Phil comes in there and catches him off guard. Doesn't catch him, just catches him off guard. And then he gifts him some cigars and just like, I want things to be back the way they was. I love you, basically. You family, da-da-da. And then also Uncle Phil tells Jeffrey about his partner at work, telling him something sketchy about him. I need you to look into him. So they back to doing what they do, you know. Phil say, go check this out for me. Jeffrey like, I'm on it. They gave Jeffrey more like a 007 role, didn't they? Jeffrey wasn't doing all this on the sitcom. But I'm here for it. It's cool. This modern Bel-Air. So of course we ain't gonna get the same little timid Jeffrey that we had on the sitcom. So then we get this meeting with Carlton and the president girl of the Black Student Union, and then the little shady faculty advisor. And I guess the dude I guess he's like the principal or the owner of the school. I don't know what his position was. They never really said. But I guess he's like head administrator of the board or something like that. So even in the meeting, Carlton seemed like he was trying to cave. The girl, she was standing her ground, but Carlton, he just seemed like he was ready to cave. So they go back to the Black Student Union, and they made it seem all sweet at first, like they got their way. They was like, they're going to let us go through with the protest. They're going to review the what was it? They're going to review the policy that got Big Ashley fired, and they're going to include students in the curriculum review board meetings and things like that. So they all scream. They're like, yes, yes. Only thing is, when we go out there to protest, we can't yell, we can't chant, we can't show no banners. Basically, we just get to walk out, stand outside for like 5 minutes, and then come back in. So nobody was feeling that. Especially Will, of course. Will was like, no, I'm not, like, we're not doing that. But the whole, they put it to a vote, and the whole Black Student Union decided that the quiet protest was the way to go, except for Will. So Will was mad. Will storms out. Let me see. He storms out. Carlton comes to him and like, what do you expect? Like, this is what they're gonna give us. We're gonna have to accept it. And Will just like you gave in. You didn't even fight. Things like that. So then Lisa comes out. Oh no, is it Lisa? No, it's the president girl of the Black Student Union. She comes out there. So they basically put this decision together between the three of them that they're going to deceive the administration. They're going to walk out quietly, but as soon as they get outside, they're going to start chanting and putting the banners up and things like that. But they was like, let's keep it between the three of us because we don't want it to get back to the administration. And they found out we doing this deceitfully and things like that. And mind you, Carlton's still feeling nervous. He's saying he down and he's gonna go through with it, but then we'll see at the end. So then we get back to Hillary and Ivy. Hillary and Ivy meet up. Ivy super late, of course, because she just seemed like that person, her character. And Ivy basically just tell Hillary like, no, I don't want to do it. Find somebody else to do it. That's what she said. No, find somebody else to do it. And Hillary texts the brand woman, the brand manager, whoever she is, and says, let's sign the contracts. But remember that they said that they wouldn't sign, I don't think, without Ivy. So she might not even get that deal. And the way things going with her and Ivy, I don't even think she's going to want to end up doing the influencer house no more, which makes me think that she might end up wanting the job that her mother offered to her, but ended up giving it to Lisa. So I feel like Hillary might backtrack and try to get that job, but we'll see. All right, so then we get to the walkout. The walkout starts. They walk outside. They take the banners from the president Black Student Union girl, and they catch Will putting signs on his hands like this. So they try to chase him around. So a lot of stuff just going on. And since the banners have been taken, they was just like the president of the Black Student Union girl, I gotta remember her name so I won't have to keep saying that long title, but her and Lisa, they basically telling Carlton like, just stand on the table and give your speech. Carlton starts to have a panic attack. Will goes over there, calms him down. Will realizes that Carlton can't do this. Carlton's like, I can't do this, which we knew. Sad case. But Will realizes Carlton can't do it either. And in the midst of Carlton telling Will he can't do it, Carlton's like, you better not tell mom and dad. Basically saying like, don't tell him I had an anxiety attack. Basically. So Will was like, I got this. So Will, he runs behind the security guard. Yink grabs the banner from off the security guard. Then runs through the school and runs up to the roof. So while this is happening, I guess the head administrative dude that was in the meeting, he tells all the kids, all right, y'all, let's go back in. The shady faculty advisor, everybody, all right, kids, you proved your point, go back inside. So before they could do that, Will's on the roof with the banner. And they like, yo, look at Will. So everybody got their phones out, everybody looking. He put the banner down. The banner falls down. It says, Black Teachers Matter. So they all scream like, yeah, Will, that's right, Will did your big one. But Carlton's still looking like, oh my God, what is he doing? Carlton just so in his head. I feel for Carlton because anxiety is real, like I said. So I feel for Carlton. But Will, he put the banner down. He put his hand up. And he like, black teachers matter. Black teachers matter. So everybody start chanting, black teachers matter. Black teachers matter. So they got their social medias up. So Ashley, she sees it. She got the jump on in class while she on her phone. Teacher teaching. Teacher like, Ashley, turn your phone off. She gets up. She like, they did it. They did it. She runs up to the window. The teacher's like, Ashley, sit down. Like, nope, black teachers matter. And they did that. And that was the end of the episode. And I felt like that was a good episode. That's why I said I rate this episode A+, because of the cause. Black teachers matter. Black lives matter. Like, they stood for something. Will stood for something and didn't fall for anything. So I was here for that. I really enjoyed this episode. So yeah, that was my rating, my predictions for the episodes to come. I don't know what to say about Carlton. Carlton's a sad case. Like I said, anxiety is real. Like, he's dealing with something. So, of course, we have to keep that into mind. Big Ashley, will she get her job back? I don't know. The scout, I don't know what's going to happen with that neither. I just want to know, my main thing is, what was Jeffrey about to look up in that laptop? That's what I just wanted to know. Because he was sneaking something. I think it's about to be something about his son. He probably was looking up something about his son. And as far as Hillary, I don't think Hillary is going to be in that influencer house too much longer. Excuse me. Because she's not liking the way things going. So I don't think she's going to be in that influencer house too much longer. We didn't see Jazz this episode. We didn't see that scout this episode. So we might get some more in the next episode. And Lisa and Will, I think they're going to end up back together, of course, like I said. But I think she's going to date that dude for a little while, maybe. I don't know. But yeah, those are my little predictions of the episodes to come. Because this show is kind of like, it's unpredictable. So, yeah, I'll say that. It's unpredictable. So, yeah, thank y'all for watching. Please like the video. Please share the video. Please subscribe to my channel. And I will see y'all next week. Or I will see y'all Monday. Because I do review the SWV and Escape Queens of R&B show. So, and I do my reviews for that show on Mondays. So, I will see y'all Monday, or I'll see y'all next Friday when I review Bel-Air again. But I also review, I forgot. I also review Snowfall too. So, I review Snowfall on Thursdays. So, Thursdays, Fridays, and Mondays, holla at your girl. Peace.